Hey guys, I know it's been a while since I've shown you guys the garden. In fact, I kind of want to go over or show you what's going on behind me. We're actually clearly in summer and not everything's looking good out here. You can probably tell that some of the things in my garden have fried up as well as died back, like these lilies here. Although I will say that the Japanese maple trees, they're doing pretty fantastic besides the one over there, which I will show you guys. It's pretty bad. This is a fairy lights. Now, I think I just missed out on a few waterings and it fried a little bit, but it's in full sun. So there's that. Usually this tree wants to be in a dappled lighting area or somewhere where it can get some afternoon shade, which, I mean, this is late afternoon and it's finally getting shade. But as for all the other Japanese maple trees, they're doing pretty relatively fantastic. This is a Japanese maple tree by the name of, let's see if we can come in closely, Vitefolium grape leaf. It's one of my favorites, although I technically just forgot the name for a moment. And down below, I know you could see it, but see those are little cyclamen that are coming up everywhere. These are some of my favorite little plants. This one is the summer blooming variety. It's called Cyclamen. Oh, what is the genus? Well, you know what? The name is just Lake Garda. I can't remember the actual variety though, but it's Lake Garda. But these cyclamen, they're pretty interesting plants. They're little spotted all over the place. You can see some flowers in the back there as well. So the one here has just lost its flower. They usually come up with just the flower spikes first, and then eventually the foliage shows up. And this happens around late summer to, I want to say, fall. Matter of fact, I see even more in the back. Although these are the silverform cyclamen. You can see the flowers. They're so pretty. They're like floating above a very narrow stalk, and I love it. But other than that, I do have a few stargazers here and there, like the ones you see here, and they are really scenting up the place. Oh, actually, there's more. Let's see. Let's go further over here. These aren't stargazers, but they are a type of ornamental lily, and they really have a lovely scent. I love it. Also, take a look at my flamethrower redbud tree. I actually pruned it up this year, so it's a lot higher, and we're just gonna keep moving higher every year until it's a good height. And this redbud was quite lovely during the spring months. It had flowers on it. You can see a dying back poppy. In fact, there's a few poppies dying back in the background here. I just decided not to cut back. I want to see what happens if I let the seeds fall to the ground. Will they return? Will they not? We'll find out. There's a little varieties under here as well. It's quite green. Down below, I've got a bit of heuchera, which are still going strong with the flowers. And I know a lot of people love the Japanese maple trees here in my garden. This one is Katsura, and you can see just how tall it is now. It's relatively tall. So it's still growing. I think it's around 15 foot tall or so. Whereas the first flame, I believe, is now 16 foot tall. It's getting close to 20 foot here soon. And I love the structure on it. It was pruned quite some amount. And here's another look at it from this side here. You can see my summer gold right up front, and then the redbud tree. I believe Tana is the one that's painted white in the background. You can see some rhubarb. By the way, the rhubarb, this is my hand. It's huge. I think rhubarb really does thrive here. And then I think the lovely texture of the grass goes well because it's completely two different textures or shapes. As you can see, that they kind of play off each other. I love it. And to kind of catch you guys up a little bit, I did start some pumpkins, and a few days ago, it's almost a week now, but a few days ago, I started like self-pollinating some of the pumpkins. I think the very first one I pollinated like less than 7 days ago is right here, and you can see it's relatively tall. Same thing, or not tall, but large. Same thing with the one over there. They grow at rapid paces. I can't even remember what type of pumpkin it is, but every day or every morning I come out and I look for female flowers just so I can pollinate them. These ones are in pots. I don't think they'll do as well as the ones in ground. I have 3 pots of pumpkins just to test it out. And I think I have to water these guys nearly every day in order for them to stay happy. You can probably also see that I have this Japanese maple tree here. This is Ichioji. It's the second Ichioji that I have inside the garden. I have the one from last year that we planted, and the one from previous years that we planted. This one's doing fantastic. It's in full sun, and I'll show you guys what it looks like during fall once we get to that point. But I don't know if this was a good idea, having it surrounded by pumpkins. You tell me. I think it's having the nutrients stolen from the area. And here's a little something new. I was working on the Flagstone pathway, so this section had no flagstones, at least at the start of this year. But I want to say a month ago, I started adding the flagstones, if not even a whole month ago yet. But I prepped the area, added the flagstones. Now I have to add plants in between the stones. You can see some grass growing in between these. This is the dwarf mondo grass that we put here. So you can see just how well it's doing. It's starting to really spread around and take off, but I need it to thicken up. That's what I need. Only because I think this year, so pretty much this year, I ended up digging some back out and dividing them over again so I can spread it further. So they're not as thick as they should have been this year, unfortunately. But that's how you save on plants. And just look at this wonderful fire glow. This is my Japanese maple tree, fire glow. And it gets like this orangey color when the light touches. Okay, here's a bit of a view with the sun touching it. You could just see how lovely that looks. So if you imagine, as you walk around this thing, it really just glows. Then off in the distance, we have a Tobiyoshio Japanese maple tree. That's just the green maple. So the colors, they kind of play together, I guess. Not really, because the red just pops, the other one doesn't. And then Ichioji's in the way background there. So that's going to be my yellow color for the fall. But honestly, overall, the garden's just not looking nice. You can see the grass is really taking a hit as well from all the sun. So it's frying up a bit, but we'll see it shortly here in another couple months. By the way, a little bit of kind of sad or bittersweet news is that I might actually be moving, pretty much because the house might get sold, which means in terms the garden gets sold, but there will be a whole new garden if I end up selling the house or selling the house, which I'll definitely miss the house. But the goal is kind of like to move towards like my grandfather, I guess you could say, and live a lot closer to him. So kind of bittersweet. All the work that I did put in, it might just be gone. I might take a few plants with me. We'll see. But I'll have to do like a full-on tour before the house does get sold, if or it does get sold. And I'm really sorry for like being gone for so long and then breaking this news to where like the garden might not be here, or we might be moving to a new garden. And I did add a whole lot of plants this year as well, like anemones, breeches, all sorts of like natives, including dogtooth violet, a bunch of different types of cyclamen, So those are some of the things I want to dig up if I can, if I have time. But I'm gonna have to end the video here. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.